The man just said, okay, no problem. I'm going to Lagos next week. When I get I'll tell your father you're hungry. Oh yeah, go out to go. My hero is in.
Yeah, so I didn't follow. And the next time he went to buy a car, I followed him to the dealership because I'm like, yeah,
This time around,
fool me was shame on me. I mean, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
exactly. You
We are
can't
going
be
to
you can't be between
together.
twice. Once between twice, try.
They're like, oh, these are the cars. Chimezie was now looked at me and said, please.
Same option.
This is my decision right now. We need an SUV. We need a big car. Now, because I don't know a lot about cars. I don't know which one is good, which one is not good. I don't really care.
Just big size.
Just give me
Something
a
big.
car that is reliable with space. That's all. I don't want to feel cramped. So that was our own force was cramped. But luckily by then we had a bit of credit history. So they were able to, we didn't have to buy with cash. So we were able to finance the car. And it also helped us build our credit history in that country. Did you guys have any sort of like shocks with credit history and needing credit history to do anything? Because that was the shock. You know, in Nigeria, we're a cash country. Credit was not a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, someone is funny. Even your phone, your first phone.
Yeah, my first phone was
we couldn't get
by my
my sister.
sister.
She couldn't even get a phone.
Because
was that bad because
almost
you know you have to do contracts.
We got here.
Wow.
We give you phone. Where are you coming from?
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
I remember paying for
during
that
COVID,
phone almost 2-3 years with our name.
Oh wow.
It was so bad because they couldn't give us, you know how you buy was the
didn't even have
the
permanent
same and everything.
address and all
No
that.
permanent address, nothing because and then they
Why
didn't.
is that permanent address? You were living in a place permanently now. Like you rented an house.
You know when we came, don't forget that our home was very peculiar because we came during COVID.
Ah.
So even office, everything, we couldn't get a lot of things that you got when you came in. We couldn't get a lot of things on time.
Yeah.
And we needed phone. Because he had a business, he had a
was
back home.
Yeah.
And then he needed to communicate with these people. And then we couldn't use I think we used your phone for a while for a while. But after a while, it was really horrible. Because I remember we couldn't. They would go and look for a house because we needed like we were going to do another lockdown, and we had like 2 weeks to look for it was really horrible, Aigbeme. We had 2 weeks to look for a house, so it would go out. We couldn't communicate with it. It was really bad. He would download. It was really we were doing together.
We only use phone within the house, Wi-Fi within the house.
It was really bad. So we'll be looking for Wi-Fi. It was really bad. And we couldn't get a contract phone.
A contract is like what, £20?
But they won't give you the
But
cost.
they need
You know,
your
you have
identity.
identity, credit history.
That time, we had not even collected these.
We've not even done their Jones thing, nothing. BRP. We couldn't even collect the BRP because the BRP was meant to be close to our office.
We only had Nigerian identity.
And the house was very different. It was very horrible.
We only had Nigerian identity.
And that one, and also to open bank accounts.
Oh God.
That was my biggest shock. Aigbeme. I could not.
We didn't have documents.
There was no documents. We couldn't open a bank account because and then it was COVID because when you came, I think the system had already settled.
Yeah, because we opened the bank account pretty easily.
Yeah, because don't forget, in our own case, they were just getting used to the COVID style because you had to
both working and some.
You have to
go to the bank.
They hadn't all these things that they've done now that you cannot.
I've never been to the bank,
and then they gave me
appointment for like weeks. Been to the bank. Everything has been online.
Yeah. Trust me, that was post-COVID.
COVID actually adjusted. So many things adjusted due to COVID.
No.
At that time,
I just remember.
Yeah, at that time, it wasn't.
Because at that time, you had to walk into the bank to open the bank account.
No way.
Yes, and then it was during COVID, so they were scheduling people to come into the bank, so you couldn't get into the bank.
Batches.
In batches. And I didn't get. Yes. And I didn't get. I didn't get date on time, something weird. So we didn't even get paid until like 3 months.
I remember she opened one
Monzo
online account just to be able to receive payment.
Because
it was that bad.
It was really
bad. We couldn't open normal bank account.
It was really bad. and then we finished our morning. In fact, it was really bad. Aigbeme. And honestly, I don't even wish my enemy to come during COVID because COVID was another complexity that nobody
on top of an already complex situation.
On top of, and I remember, it was really bad. And I remember then my manager, one white lady, Helen, used to say, "Oh, Rachel, they were so worried for me, because they didn't even understand how I was surviving because 1 month, no pay." I was like, "Okay, Rachel, do you need any help? Or do you need the company to do anything for?" I was like, "Okay, credit card." I didn't have any credit card.
There was no credit card
as well.
How did you guys cope? Because that seems like
it was really,
it was. Thank God for our sister. Thank God for that kind of help. Imagine you coming out, kids were not able to go to school.
They were not able to go to.
We couldn't because we knew we would not be staying in that address.
Yes.
Do you understand?
So we couldn't use the
There were
address
so many
we were going to
issues.
move on. It was really bad. And I remember that because they asked us if we wanted to, but I told my husband that, look, it's better we go now because there were high probability, their journal, they could cancel the role. There's so many, because I got the role 6 months and then there was lockdown. No, 9 months, 6 months or so.
And a temporary window to travel.
So they were very clear.
Possibility
my team was
of
very clear.
another
Look, you
lockdown.
have to come now because myself and Dio, that you have to come now. Because if you don't, we don't know how long this lockdown will be, and then we need to change the rule. Honestly, we packed our bag in how many weeks?
So in order to secure the job, you had to move at that time.
It wasn't easy.
I had to move. And so you can imagine, so the shock that we had wasn't even...
And then your plan to go back couldn't even happen because there was lockdown.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So many
Yes.
things. That's why I said.
So we were together
didn't go as planned.
for a while, yeah. And then it was during lockdown that you went back home. And by the way, that lockdown too. Oh, we managed. My sister said, guys, just buy few things. I remember because we couldn't even buy it. By the time
same
some
thing
of
your
the
wife
things we were
did.
buying, they couldn't
All
ship
those
them.
big bags. How many bags does your wife come?
At 19, I had
All
19.
those
I had
lovely
19 bags as well.
I'm sure out of
I
the
had 19
19,
bags as well.
maybe only about 5 will be useful.
Yeah,
To us,
it was
yeah.
exactly the same thing that happened because we ended up throwing a lot of things away. It was
Yeah,
exactly the
I
same thing that happened.
brought a lot of crap I didn't need.
I had 19. No, I think out of 19 bags, we helped people. Maybe 17. We had 17, but a lot of them will.
Wait, you help people that you're bringing food stuff and stuff for people.
Different.
No, I
things.
brought one bag for that because I had a lot.
I didn't even help anybody, but
I helped too.
I just
helped.
packed because I wasn't sure what we would need, what we wouldn't need. And a lot of it was nonsense that I didn't need to.
If I knew what I
didn't
know
need to
now,
bring.
Clothing, toys.
out of those 17 bags you carry, 12 will be suya.
So for how long will you be able to do it?
Exactly.
What's inside the freezer?
No, but
Maybe.
No, it's not like you were in a temporary accommodation.
We're in
and then
temporary accommodation.
And that's the thing. I
you
think
have to bring your
It's not as if you had a freezer. It's not like here now that we have
Yes.
freezer, we have fridge, we have like 3 fridges, 1, 2, 3 freezer. Like so, you wouldn't have been able to store Nigerian food.
This man
so.
really likes
Yeah. So
food. He
yeah.
really likes food.
Basically, that's why we had other shocks as well. Financial shock, can talk about. We had marriage shock as well. So the shock. They just coming gas, like, oh my God, what's going on? So different shocks.
So we talked a little bit about parenting shock. Then we'll talk about marriage because parenting shock, I think that what happens to everybody because parenting in Nigeria is so easy because you have so much support. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah,
And you spoil your kids. And then when your child is misbehaving, you just give it swat. But here,
oh, man.
it is not even like it's frowned upon, it's illegal to hit your child. So we got into a culture very quickly of not hitting the kids. And then it also got to a point where we got really quickly that they had to be independent. So all the one that will sit down and will be feeding them, that ended really quickly.
Yeah.
Okay, here's your food. If you go outside to get it from the plate to your mouth.
Yes. So I wanted to talk about another shock, right? And this has to do with working. Working in the UK. The first experience was before we even relocated. I think my first trip to the UK, the working I did in 1 week, I think it was more than what I've.
Walking with your 2 feet. Got it.
Walk on your legs. Walk.
Especially in London, this is your trekking. Like in Milton Keynes, we walk. I go on walks for fun, but
The distance I walk on leg in 1 week was more than almost 8 years in Lagos. Because in Lagos,
nobody
so
walks.
how do you
Yeah.
from your house drive to everywhere?
You
Just
drive-
walk from your car to
You drive to the grocery store.
this one. You walk.
We have car.
Before we decided taking the kids to school with car, walk every day. Now became I even now started liking it that at least you keep fit.
With fans and everything.
The walking in underground alone. It's more than your 5 years stay. 5 years stay in London.
We are already fit. We are
But-
fit, but we are okay.
I hate
No.
Because we are-
It's different though.
I hate
I enjoy walking. I don't mind the
I
walking.
don't mind because I see it as an opportunity. Because I don't walk before you. Where will you walk to? In Lagos.
Why are you suffering?
Which is why I love London as a city because you walk
Yeah.
everywhere. So I enjoy the walking. Like so many, there's just a lot to see, a lot to take in.
Yes.
I don't mind the walking for me was a big positive.
I don't enjoy it.
I think it's positive for me, but it's just that it's
not.
strange.
It's
It's unusual for me.
It's not
Because I don't
when
work
was
in
young,
Nigeria, right?
I worked so much that I've compensated myself.
No, I didn't walk. Grown up.
Honestly, I'm done with what too. You said that when you were literally kind of when you were young, but I walked
Fair
in
enough.
my life as
Growing
a child.
up, I
enough.
wasn't walking too much.
Fair enough. You're like the miles. I backed.
You make a good point because I think that might be why I don't like walking. Because I told you that in secondary school,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
very badly behaved. So I was in Federal Government College in Enugu.
I
I was always hungry.
And he was
So
always
I
living
was always leaving school to go
in search
to
of food.
relatives' houses. I swear.
To look for food.
What I shocked my father was that one term he came to visit in school. I think it was mid-term or end of term. So he came to pick me. And on picking me, he says, "Oh, like there's a relative that lives close by, maybe like 15 minutes by car. Let's stop there and greet them. Then we'll be going to."
You recorded it.
And you know how they kill themselves. When we got there, luckily, there were no phones then. You were home. I don't know if they knew he was coming. I can't remember if they did. They now gave us big food. Hot eba. With hot
This your husband.
I was. Did you go to boarding school? Did you go to boarding school?
No,
Did you go to
I
boarding school?
spent only 1 year. Only my year one.
You're always hungry because the food they give you in the refectory
Yeah.
is never enough. Your probation will steal it. So I was always hungry. So when they gave me medicine, I think they gave me coke. And coke, big, see the eba and the soup. I was like, God, I ate. My stomach was paining me. I was so. That's how. So maybe if I went there, maybe they just gave us cabin biscuits, and I said so that I useless. I won't have remembered them. But because of that,
They gave me that food.
I remember that road.
The road to the house.
One day I was in school on a Saturday. We had finished week inspection, and so I was now just there, nothing to do. My friends had gone off. I don't mind his devil's workshop. And I said, "This people live close by here." I didn't even go through the gates. I jumped fence.
You just, it was me. Just tell. That's what you
And
do.
forget me, you see now. I was very tiny. I was like 5'4". I was very short. I shall jump fence. Started walking.
a 15 minutes drive.
So that was
His drive was like,
40
I'm
minutes
like,
walk.
got it.
And you could know your way to
Yes,
that.
because it was a area called Independence Layout. And before then, I had walked that Independence Layout full. So I knew all the streets. So I walked to the house on Saturday. Like, no.
They will even be
What
surprised.
is the gate? Gang. They were home.
So what will you tell them you came for?
I get to greet
So they kept opening
But
the
you
gate.
said I was
I've heard this
No,
story so many.
hey, that
So they still recognize
so
you.
they remembered me. And it was my first time going there alone. So maybe they also thought the cutting call. They didn't know what that's called. And then that I was like, area that I get to greet them. I was just passing by. Yeah, come in. Give me the now big bar for me. Put soup. I ate. I was like, well, good successful good move. I'm not leaving. They don't give me 100 naira.
Good move.
100 naira. Then to put it in context, my pocket money for half term was 500 naira.
Wow.
And 500 naira there was substantial. So they gave me 100 naira.
So that
That's like being you for like 2 weeks.
I will kill people. It now turned to me, I didn't have sense. Every week, every 2 weeks, I'll now go. So after the first time they welcome and warm me, I just said, no, that they welcome me.
What will you do?
Let's warm. Until the point where I knew that I was saying a welcome. It was almost like a hostile. What are you doing here? Wow. But looking at it now, so I really walked around it.
No, me, I didn't experience all of that.
Like, there was a time, in fact, I have a funny story. My father took me to his original office in Enugu then. His friend was the branch manager, Mr. Wabara. Can I never forget the man. Took me there. The guy was my idea of a man. The guy, and so you know when you're a child, impressions like stick to you. He was living in like the regional office, but they had like a quarters there. But he just had maybe like a self-contained, but like a really well-appointed, big self-contained. His AC was on. You know when you enter a room that they smoke cigarettes from morning till night. So he had that sweet tobacco smell. Tobacco with AC. There's a nice smell he has.
Really?
Yeah.
Chocolate
So I
smell.
went there, the guy was there, his room was dim, not too brightly lit.
Enjoying life.
I was like, oh, this guy's my hero.
I'm sure if you see that guy now, or if you go into that same environment now, you realize that it ain't shit.
But yeah, as a child.
Yeah.
I was like, this guy's my hero. So my father took me there, they were gisting, bantering. I think the guy ordered suya for me. So I was like, oh man, this guy's my hero.
So nice treatment.
I was hungry. I said, God, who like I was going through the list of relatives that are because I had a list of relatives that they didn't want to see my face again. They banned me. This guy, I hadn't been to this guy before.
Let me try.
So I now said, okay, let me go there. I used my last 20 naira. Was it 20 naira, 5 naira? I can't remember what it was. To take bus. from Independence
You know
Layout.
your way very
And
well.
maybe Google it. Independence Layout to Park Lane. This is not Moluwe, not Danfo, but it was like really old rickety buses back then. So the bus took me there. I went there. Luckily, the man was around. But I see the man was a surgery guy. So the guy knew that this guy is problem. The guy now said, how can I help you? Now I came to see you, sir, that I wanted you to help me call my father that I'm hungry. I'll give you guys something. You know the man who gave me money. Say, okay,
He called.
The man just said, okay, no problem. I'm going to Lagos next week. When I get I'll tell my father you're hungry. Oh yeah, go out to go. Oh, my hero is in. I said, man, this guy. That's this guy.
Every time I hear this story,
No,
in my mind, I curse the man, even though he's dead.
I was like,
This was a child. Come on now.
the man
And he even said that he like,
told
oh,
me
you were
had
hungry.
experience with
That kind of boy.
So I used my last
But
money.
that was
job.
how did you not go back?
Let me tell you now. I used my last money in hope that this job would enter. A job didn't enter. Of course, will I still have to go back to school? I started trekking.
wow.
I
We
started
would have
trekking.
asked him for money to go back.
He did
Somebody has sent him
He was
away.
done with me now. Like that, he was done with me. It wasn't I don't think he was a wicked guy necessarily.
Maybe disciplinary.
But he was just
All
like, maybe he had
nonsense.
seen enough of it. Maybe he was like a worldly wise guy, he was a street guy. So he knew
Oh, it
what
was
was going on.
once like that actually.
So the guy told me to get lost. I started walking back to school. I was walking. This was going to be like a 2-hour walk.
Jeez.
Like no jokes, 2-hour walk. For some reason, I had something special. As I was walking, maybe I'd walk for like 15, 20 minutes. On that park lane, there was a disused train station. there. And in my mind as a child, my auntie, my mother's older sister, had a store in the market called Kenyatta Market. And through Kenyatta Market, there was a rail line. So my mind just put one and one together. I said, if this is a train station, this line must reach Kenyatta Market. Instead of trekking 2 hours to school, let me divert and go and look for my auntie. And since she'll give me money so I can take bus back to school.
Smart. What class were you then?
I was like, just 2.
Strategy.
It was like
Genius.
11 or 12 years old. This station was abandoned. There was nobody there. Not even security man to stop people from pilfering because there's nothing to pilfer. It was dusty.
And he didn't
closed
know.
down.
You
Me?
didn't know.
I knew because trains didn't used to run in Enugu like that. So I knew, but in my mind was that if I can get to the tracks, I can shorten my journey to the market and I'll get to where I'm going to. So I entered the station. It almost like it was haunted. Yeah.
So you were going to pass the track.
He walked on the track all the way to the market.
I maneuvered because they didn't really secure the place. So I maneuvered my way onto the tracks itself. I now enter the tracks. And this is tracks that are, one track here, one track here.
Yeah.
Bush.
And you were not scared.
Imagine being a 10, 11-year-old at night doing that kind of contract.
Walking London.
When nighttime came.
It was like afternoon.
And you were not scared.
I wasn't scared. I was wary, but I wasn't scared because then there was
No, there is
now
all
there are
this
kidnappers and
kidnapping.
everything. So back then it was pretty safe. So I started to walk. I was just using memories of home, positive memories of home, to keep myself going. And like I tell Aigbeme, sometimes when I'm driving, I enter subconscious mode, especially when I'm on going from Lagos East and the road is clear. Somehow, I'm not focused on driving, although I'm conscious of what I'm driving, but I'm thinking of other things. So I enter subconscious mode and now walking. I was thinking of home. I was just one foot. I now got to a point in the tracks where there was a fork.
Oops.
I didn't know where I was.
And which way to go?
If they had carried me there, nobody would have found me. There would have been no trace of me because nobody would have known where to go.
Nobody knew where you were.
Nobody knew where I
How
was.
would someone
Nobody
think that the boy would be real track? Where?
I now said, okay, nice one. What do I do? Where am I? I didn't know where I was. Left or right? I said, you know what? God, I'm in your hands. I went right.
Right.
I don't know why, but I just went right. I walked for maybe another 20 minutes. And I came out on a express where the track went through an express. And also the market I was going to.
Wow.
I said,
Did God.
God, thank you. And I entered the market. My auntie was not there.
But there was
My auntie was not there.
a friend of your auntie.
So, stalls, markets, the stalls. So her stall mates, when I got there, I broke down and started crying. When I saw her shop was closed, I started crying. And when you see I was like this. When you say a really young kid crying.
Yeah. A woman would, yeah.
I now told her, still crying, that see,
My
auntie, that this what happened, that what happened. These women, God will bless them. These women are barely eking a living from their petty trading. Now banded together and gave me, was it 20 or 15? I can't remember what it was then.
Wow.
But they gave me that money among themselves. And I said, okay, don't worry. I should not worry. I should take this money and go back to school. When my auntie comes, they will tell her that I came.
Auntie that was not even expecting you.
I use 20 minutes to take bus. Because the bus will stop at a junction close to school. Maybe another 10 minutes, 15 minutes walk. And I bought egg roll. To fill up my tank. And I walked back to school. The next time my auntie saw me, she said, my life. First of all, she gave us me a warning. She paid them back. I think because my mom used to give her my allowance to hold for me. So she took that money from my allowance and paid them. I said that I told them in their life they should not give me any money. And then give me federal warning that my life I should not try rubbish. I tried again. The next time
If you are told that where you were coming
The
from
next
that
time
day,
I went to the market for some reason and she was not there. Those women didn't answer me.
after the warning,
When I even they didn't even answer me. They just looked at their face.
Yeah, no, that's just because your aunt
I
warned them,
walked-
though.
I walked there in my full life. That's when she said me, let's go for a walk now. Do you know what I walked?
But see, let me say something. I don't really care how often the child comes. If a child comes to me, I don't care if you come every day. Honestly, if you're hungry, I'm gonna feed you. I'm just like, I don't know what those grown-ups were thinking.
just like the husband did, growing up that he will be coming every 2 weeks.
old.
No,
11 years old.
Those people are struggling to make a living.
They were struggling ahead.
They didn't have enough for that.
And then-
Doctors talk about jobs from nowhere.
So how much are you gonna eat?
Then the discipline, they
bowl
will
of food.
feel like they're encouraging, indulging your indiscipline.
They were encouraging my
Because they will
bad.
know your father will not like it, so they are not encouraging it.
Why can't you be satisfied? Why can't you do that?
Yeah.
I have another
But if a
basket.
child tells you he's hungry,
Sorry.
Why is he always
This
hungry?
one is very important. That same man, that my father's colleague. The end of this story is that he told me he was going to Lagos to go and work. And then when he gets to Lagos, he told my father that I was hungry. After 1 week at this thing, I'm not going back.
you went back.
You went back to the man.
You went back.
Have you
On a
told my
weekday.
father?
On a weekday. And now, of course, I knew he wasn't in the quarters, so I went into the office. I was just walking, fiam, up and down. One man now saw me. I noticed that people were staring at me falling in the corridor, but they didn't say anything to me because they probably felt like I was supposed to be there. And so one man stopped me and said, "Who are you? What are you looking for?" I told him that I am looking for Mr. Wabara, that my name is Chimezie Okonkwo, that he told me that he was going to go to Lagos and he was going to tell my father send money for me, blah, blah, blah. The man said, "Who's your father?" I said, "My father is Mr. Abiyaji Okonkwo." Very proudly, that I work in Nigerian Insurance Corporation, in the training office, in the office. Where is the office? I told him, I think then, we were working in Jibo, the office in Jibo. I told him, I said, "What is your father's, I think, position or something?" I told him. So you asked me a question of my father to make sure my father was actually staff. I told him. I said, "Okay." And Mr. Wabara said that he was going to get you the money. I said, "Yes." He said, "How much is Mr. Wabara?" So he was going to prepare 200 naira.
Are we talking now?
I said 200 naira. He said, "Okay. What I'm going to do is I'll give you 200 naira now. Wow. And I will sign,
Mr. Wabara,
I will sign, like you're
You
right
collected the money.
now. And I will sign. I said, of course." The man counted 200 naira.
Wow.
God to punish that man. Because he counted 200 naira and gave a me from nowhere that money. I said, "Do I know signature?" I signed signature. Okay, bye-bye. I put it in my pocket.
You were signing your almost.
Nice
You
move.
were signing his almost death words.
Like I was going to die. I was like, I let the money there. You know, like, I don't know if like a feeling of when you win the lottery or when something so momentous happens in your life that I was walking on clouds. I couldn't believe it. I carried the money. As I was walking, I was just thinking, because that 200 naira was half of, was it 200 naira?
The term money.
Half of your
I
term
don't know if it was
allowance.
200 or 500, but it was a lot of money. So the man must have been I don't know, what gave me that money
On the spot.
as I was walking, I saw one
Restaurant.
suya.
Suya.
I bought 15 naira suya. 15 naira
That's the
suya
thing when you give
was
somebody money
almost
that
like
doesn't
one
know
cow.
how to.
I swear to God, 15 naira suya was almost like one cow. I ate suya that day. My jaw was filling. I think I threw some last year again because I was exhausted. As I was walking to school, so I didn't even
Because
get
you had
exhausted.
so much money, you
don't
bought
know what
a
to
whole.
I bought 15 naira suya because as I was passing, the suya smelled so appetizing. I gave not 15 naira suya.
Thank God your wife is in charge.
Eating. At the point, I threw the suya in the gutter because it was too much and my jaw was paining me. I couldn't stand anymore. That money, of course, easy come, easy go. I put that money away.
That's what happens when you give somebody
after the money.
a lot of money like that. They don't know what to do with
end
it.
of term, that end of term, my mother came to pick me from, because Ekene Ichuku will come and carry all the Lagos-bound students, drop us in Jibo, then our parents come and pick us from there. This happened maybe like 2 months ago. But when my mother picked me, I knew something was wrong. Because normally, your mother will walk, because I haven't seen in a while.
Wow.
Hey,
She picked me. Welcome. Enter the car.
You see why those relatives didn't want to
As we are
entertain
driving,
True.
she didn't allow me to get home. She was like, did you go to your father's office? I said, yes.
I collected so that your father was not taking care of it.
I said, did anybody give you any money from there? I said, yes. How much? I said, told her. I said, what do you use it for? I said, story. She kept quiet. She now said, do you know they took that money from your father's salary? See,
oh my God.
Peace. What peace? Was coming out of my penis. He got my tip. Before, I don't know what happened. He went back. Because I wanted to open the car door and jump out. And just be running. So I was in trouble. They took that money from my father's salary.
Inside now.
I didn't ask him.
Because first of all, Mr. Wabara had no intention of meeting my father. But now signed, and I put all my father's details. So they took the money from my father's salary. Wow.
And your father had already given you the money for the term.
Yes, they're giving you pocket money. They'll give you
For the
money up to midterm. Then after midterm, they give you another money. So typically,
When they come for visiting, they
they need to visit me. They're not to send to my auntie.
send you.
it was additional money you took.
For the
And your parents didn't budget for, and your parents were literally trying to make
my father. He has worked for 30 days.
They now give
They
him
now
minus.
give him salary. He now says minus. He's like,
They will
what
now
is
ask them
it?
for
They
why.
now give him evidence that your son came to collect money from your salary.
His signature.
Oh my God.
The only saving grace was that enough time had passed before that happened. So I think that maybe he had gotten salary after that. So he had really to cover.
That's why he didn't beat you black and blue. And he could get his hands on
My
you.
mother would have killed me.
First of all, you would have married me for sure. I'll be dead. When I got home, they both sat me down and gave me federal warning on my life. Federal warning. Like everybody had gone to sleep. They gave me food though. I bathed, I ate, saw my sibling. We were around like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. When I was sleeping, I was snoring. They now woke me up and sat me down in the parlor, give me federal warning.
Without beating.
Without beating.
You're lucky.
Ask, like, do you think that maybe your parents were really like chilled with your whereabouts?
They didn't know now.
Like
That's
that's
not to be in school.
no, like were you meant because you were in Nigeria? Like, because I'm just like, if I were ever in any situation where I knew that my parents didn't know where I was, I wouldn't even be confidently walking. Like, I couldn't.
Boy,
I didn't have.
I was a street boy.
Oh my God!
Someone that will leave school to visiting relatives.
How's you a street boy? So how is it that you, like, your parents didn't know where you were and you had the lever to just be going left, right? Because as a child, if I'm anywhere and I know that my parents don't, I won't even have the audacity to just be walking all around town, knowing that nobody knows where I am.
Question.
No, I like really.
First of all,
No, it's not about street boy.
Aigbeme was a street
It's
boy.
not about street boy.
First of all,
It's about
my friends don't know where I was. They expect that I was within the walls of
It's
my
better
school.
to be in school
I
now.
was being looked after.
you have the audacity to leave where your parents sit.
Streets. In your mind, in your brain. Will say you
And don't forget, he had a reason for doing it.
Exactly.
Looking for
Hunger.
food.
And by the way, let me just tell you.
There is
I
motivation.
kid you not, the fear of your parents would make you behave well.
That's my
When I was
point.
young, yeah,
I was
I
too
tell
scared
you-
of my mom and
I
dad
know, but that's the thing.
to be
When I-
roaming the
I
streets
kid you not,
anyhow.
when I was young,
You won't
I
even have the mind to
yes,
even go
when I
there.
was
No
young,
matter how I was dying hunger rather than defy my parents.
my
Honestly.
mom, I kid you not, but that's the street spirit, right? That's the street brain.
Streets.
I tell you, when I was young, the fear of my mother is enough to keep me where she told me to stay. Oh, more, but I was so convinced I was smarter than my mom. In my entire life, when I was young, I was very convinced that no matter how she beat
Oh, okay. Now, do you still
Wow.
you believe it's not enough?
but that thing landed me not so many. I mean, she knew some of them.
She must have caught you one like this one now. They were always catching him.
Twice.
They were always catching him.
Aigbeme. It's just that God needed my life. That's why I'm still alive because my brother
So
shot me.
after she caught you the first time and dealt with you, you kept doing
I
it.
went back again. No.
What
were you doing?
And after the second one, no, my mother, my school was very far. So I would spend the money, the transport money.
Hey.
This chop. Same thing, not food, but just different things. But it's so far.
So I hope you are preparing for your children.
That one is passion.
do
But
the
the other
same.
thing
That's
is,
why
like,
the kids are
go out with friends.
showing us some of those stunts now.
You know, for this thing,
Your children, you are prepared.
Was your my sister. I was like, listen,
You're prepared to swallow the same thing from your kid.
That's the funny thing.
Yeah, because
He doesn't
you give it
want,
to your mom.
he doesn't want to.
No. So I can say no. I think that thing is in the blood because children, there's some kids that they will just naturally. They will just be stubborn. I was one of them. You know, like my brother took. Do you know how many months that my brother took me to do any deliverance for stubbornness? I kid you. I'm not kidding. I didn't know I was bred and brought up in Christ Apostolic Church where they do proper deliverance.
Yeah.
I was so stubborn. My mother would beat her out. Even my sister, they want to kill me or them both. My father is there. They want me to go out. I was very stubborn. You know the funny thing? My kid, so one of them has that trait. I either you or my sister. I was saying to my sister, my sister was saying, Rachel.
I know what this boy.
He's
know what
his mother's son. Yeah, he's his mother's son.
You know your story, but obviously, but that particular boy is not as bad because again, one of those things, part of those training was also the fact that my mom wasn't necessarily so experienced, very disciplined for. If I think about it now, for no reason. But some of the things today, obviously, parenting style is very different. I would allow my children to do. But you can still see the traits. I'm like, this thing, I need to pray it out of your life. This is your mother. I can see my this one. You know, you tell the other children, okay, mommy, but why? No, I don't think I should do that. Like, hey, this is Rachel.
Yeah.
Imagine you asking my mother, but why?
Yeah.
I was like,
That's one thing I don't.
Like this.
I didn't experience that.
and especially in this environment, it's even worse off because you just have to answer.
You must answer
I
why.
used to say when Nato says, but why? Why not? I say, because I said so. I've come to realize that is not
No,
effective.
you can't be.
It has no, because he doesn't get it and he will go on and do what he wants. Because I'm not giving you a reason. You can't tell me not to do just because you said so. Like, who the fuck are you?
But that veto, don't exercise that veto as a parent. Why are you asking me?
I'm like, could I ask my mother, but why? Why not?
Me?
Like, who was I to answer that question? You do what you're told. But now when we hear, but why? Why not? It's okay, come, let me explain my reasoning. I'm like, so at the end of it, it's bad now. So do you understand? Do you understand where mommy is coming from?
That's another.
Okay, fine.
That's part of the show.
Another show. Yeah.
It's part of the show.
Yeah, it's that you have to parent me
Parenting.
differently. Yeah. And kids these days are so demanding. They're like, why? You can't tell me what to do.
Creating time. I
But you can't
remember.
really, I said to people that you can't really look parenting. I'm sorry, for viewers that are in Nigeria, I don't think Nigerian style of parenting. I don't think it's especially for middle class. I don't think it's a real parenting style. Honestly, I'm sorry to say.
It's a little bit of bullying. To be fair.
And for middle class, you're not even doing anything at all. Literally, because you have
outsourced it. Yeah, you've outsourced it.
Children to talk about.
Yeah.
Literally.
Well,
It's very different.
I don't know. I don't know if I agree.
Why?
I think that we are products of our environment. Yeah. Because in Nigeria, for example, she used to go to Ikeja every day in traffic for work now.
Got it.
And she'll drive sometimes, she'll be in traffic for 5 hours.
Yeah.
You know, so we
from
had
Lekki to Ikeja.
From Lekki to Ikeja. So we had to have
a
help.
Driver.
And those helps meant that you abdicated some of your parental responsibilities. Unlike here.
I disagree. And I'll tell you, do you know that you can also be in the same situation, but you still be responsible? I'll give you an example. I agree. In Reading.
Yeah.
A day trip is 5 hours. Obviously, I was one of the home with my children, but I dare not come back home and still not cater for my children. Meanwhile, if I was back in Africa, they probably would have gone to bed.
Yeah.
Because nanny would have taken them to bed.
And I think it's also, for me,
It's
is
demarcating
the things that you outsource. I think it's also the realization of the need. I think to be fair, we were very laid back parents in Nigeria, especially here.
Of course,
Him as well. Him as well.
We'll do it with one.
Him as well. For me, it was, even when we were moving, I was trying to bring my nanny because I didn't think I could survive with just this man
Damn.
in the UK without a nanny.
Damn.
When we saw that bringing nanny was not possible, I was like, yeah,
Face reality.
we gotta step up. That's why I have a lot of respect for single parents. Either you're a single mom or a single dad and you're raising kids by yourself in the West. I can be a single parent in Nigeria because I have so much family. I would not suffer. To be a single parent here, nah, it's hard.
It's not mad.
It's an
I would
advantage.
not be able to cope with kids by myself if I didn't have children. I would literally I would go back to Nigeria. I won't be able to cope. I won't be able to cope.
It's an advantage for especially men
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Because usually
It forces
men
you
in
to be
Nigeria,
hands-on.
most men don't get involved with kids. So they will now be like stranger to those kids.
Exactly.
Especially the one that feel they are rich.
Exactly.
Do you understand? They will just be doing everything with money.
Exactly.
You won't know how
You
the
outsource
daughter is
everything.
going, how the son is going.
Yeah.
They are staying in the same house, but before you know it, the child
And
becomes
you'll
a
be giving
teenager.
money, you'll be bringing money
That's
home.
all.
You'll be bringing money
Yeah.
home. And the truth,
And even with marriage as well, it puts a lot of pressure on marriage.
I was just going to try to talk about marriage. In the even marriages as well, is, it puts a lot of pressure. And to be honest, we've heard different stories of marriages breaking up. And
I didn't see something online that they say UK marriage. If you're in the UK, you're married, your marriage is over. And I'm not true.
yes, because it's really, and we also had marriage shock as well, because you just realize, because most things, like you just don't even have time. Either you're working so hard, but here in the end, you're both doing it together. Yeah, and then it tests your endurance together. When you're both under pressure, most times back at home, maybe guys, you go to one bar, you relax, talk with friends. Here, sorry, friend is already catching up with you. Catching up with shifts. There is no.
Richard, let me ask you guys, who is the peacemaker in your house?
Peacemaker.
My husband.
God will bless
My
us.
husband.
Amen.
Because I'm very troubled. Jesus made me
Let's
for
start the peacemaker. Because there must be peace.
It's my husband.
So what I trying to say?
I say, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? You're a troublemaker. Be careful. Water, please.
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
No, I'm saying
What do you
that,
mean? We are troublemakers.
like, if there's a disagreement or a quarrel, who is the person that chooses for peace? Who is the person that always
Always my husband.
That's what I'm saying.
And also, who is the person that always look for trouble? That just to reverse, which one?
He is the person that looks for trouble.
Answer now. Who is
Can be the peacemaker that looks for trouble.
Something is not truth.
I don't look for trouble. I don't look for
Peacemaker
trouble.
cannot be the one.
I reject the notion that I look for trouble. What happens is that I just have expectations that sometimes are not met, and then it leads to quarrel. And I'm like, yes. So I lead. It leads to quarrel. And then I'm like, excuse me. And then he's like, what?
But he has expectation too.
He has expectation that I always meet because I'm amazing.
But even when
You are amazing.
even when I don't miss, I don't.
No, really. When I
Just like them. When I
You will not know because he is
Are
not.
you saying it? 100% of
absolutely.
He is not reacting to you, so you don't know.
I meet and exceed every expectation.
You will not know because he won't react.
But you don't want to say it. I think one of the things I would also say is that I think here, because the society is very, very lonely. Like,
it is isolating.
You're more indoors, right? So that forces. It was exactly what happened in COVID. That a lot of men were struggling.
They were not sitting in.
False reconciliation.
Exactly. I think one of the things that UK does to you is also the fact that it brings you closer, depending on the type of marriage you found yourself. Because in the end, because the truth is here, either you like the man or you don't like the man.
Yeah.
Sorry. is the one that you come home and tell. Either you like the woman or you don't like the woman.
Yeah.
The pressure that you're bringing from outside. So unfortunately, the friend that you're supposed to call is probably also dealing with shifts.
Everybody's dealing with
their own shit and with their own problem.
Yeah.
So they either don't have your time, they're not picking the call. If you are very sensible and sensitive, you don't want to call them.
If you have the friends within around the city with you.
And there's something like, I should tell you another shock. I remember this one from when I came for my first degree. The shock of, are you at home? You can't just say, I'm passing over. You can't just say,
Just
let me know. It was sorry. Maybe even if they don't have anything, maybe that moment is the moment where they just want to rest.
That's my downtime.
Exactly. So, marriages here as well, that's the time, if you can truly accommodate each other.
I agree.
Really. And it's also the time where it's also a place where marriages are tested, where you can either not, accommodate each other or tolerate each other, because that's when, if you're crank, because there's so many pressure.
Yeah.
And then if you cannot deal with the pressure, the partner is the one getting the hit.
Yeah.
And God help you that the partner is also a crazy human being. When fucking both take the hit, and then you are going to bed back against each other, and they're not talking for days, and then the kids are wondering. So really and truly, and I'm very grateful to God for that, because honestly, I say to God that God knows that if I didn't marry this man, I kid you not, and in this UK,
by now.
God forbid that I married a stupid.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? You
you
know what he's talking about?
I don't know.
You be grateful to God that you married a cool man. It means like I should testify. Why can't you testify for me? You testify.
Peacemaker.
Why can't you testify for me? I literally just said that I was grateful for, because it's true. You're right. For us, I don't even know. I think for me, coming to the UK definitely made our marriage stronger.
Yeah.
Because in that Nigeria, I was always out and about though.
She was always out.
Me that I don't sit there in one place. It's like,
Also with your job now.
Exactly. Events here, event there. Chimezie has always been the one that I was just like, he's a homebody. He's an introvert. He doesn't like going out.
He doesn't look.
Do I strike as an intimate?
No.
Why did you not do all those escapades when you were young?
Exactly.
He wasn't looking for
One guy was hungry.
So that was motivation for it.
Yeah. So for me, it was Chimezie had always been like, I'll be like, let's go here. He'll be like, I'm not really in the mood. Can we just stay indoors, watch a movie and cuddle? I said, you are
That's
me.
me.
I said, you are me. Watch a movie and cuddle.
That's exactly my
I'm
husband.
getting glammed up. That's exactly my husband. So I'm always like out there. So it was a big change for me to live an inside life. I always told him, I was like, if we didn't have kids, I'll be living in London. Condo in Canary Wharf, walking around. That's what I do. I'm not about this suburban life, but this is one. He loves Milton. He loves the suburban living.
That's so much love.
He loves it because he's so in line with his personality. So it was an adjustment for me, not so much. Yeah. But I think it's the awareness and just making time. So sometimes you be like, okay, let's do something, let's go out, and because I need that outside air to recover.
And that's what I was going to say, that look, in the end, because we shouldn't talk about the shockers, we should also talk about how we are managing it as well. I think the fact that both parties are willing to adjust is very important. And it starts from the definition of the type of home you want to have. Honestly, I kid you not, if myself and my husband never talked about the type of home we would like to have, both when we were dating and when we got into marriage, I think here would have scattered it. I think
that's what is motivating my peacemaking.
It's really motivating. I mean, like, it's really motivating.
That's what's motivating my peacemaking.
As much as I'm an extrovert, I can really switch or can really display. I don't, everybody has got 5 minutes madness. I don't think my husband has it, to be honest.
Is that motivation?
But that motivation, the fact that, okay, this is that time, like, it just either it leaves me and then comes around. But also as amazing, you can talk about that, right? As amazing as I am, I'm sure you can say that anytime, any day. As amazing as I am,
amazing.
Well, own it. You would exactly. So you would also knowing that look, you both have to shift and make amends and adjust is very important, and that's what gets it starting from, because in the end, what motivates you is, okay, this behavior, does it fit into the definition of home I want to build? If no, then adjust. Basically.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Rachel. Chimezie, last one. You're looking like I'm not getting.
What's going on?
If I tell you guys what I'm thinking about, you won't believe me.
Oh yeah, tell me. Food.
Like, what I go to eat?
That means not food.
Yes.
You're thinking, I know you so well.
I'm thinking about like 1 a.m. 2 a.m. What am I going to eat?
Like, bad
I think
habit.
I'll have some more
even-
and a jebu gari.
So how do you eat and just go back to bed?
But
Do you know he does that?
And his tummy is so okay.
It's so annoying. Like
You're so blessed.
hate that.
Jeez.
I hate that about him. Like his eating habits are the worst, but he doesn't gain weight. Me, I literally inhale food and I gain weight. And literally, I'm the one going to the gym every freaking day at 7 a.m. Literally, I walk 15 minutes there.
Those other apps, you
You're
eat those
so-
other
you're
apps
so
and go
lucky.
to
At
bed.
2 a.m., she was
As soon as
a
I eat,
mountain of effort.
as soon as I eat,
Yes.
I just lie down and sleep. That's-
Literally.
You're so lucky.
And he will wake up
I know.
bright and early, ready
You're
for
so
the day.
lucky.
I think
I
the
don't
only
know how he
thing,
does
the only thing is I don't wake up bright and early.
No, you are sluggish in the
I
morning.
wake up groggy because the food
sluggish
has
in
been
the
really
morning.
fully
Yeah.
digested. So I wake up groggy, but I know that I have to wake up.
But he knows he has to wake up to drop his
So I
children in
wake
school.
up.
But he's sluggish in the morning. Like,
How long
you
is
can
sluggish
see
in the morning?
Me, aside being
You are sluggish in
sluggish,
the morning.
Yeah.
I can even be uncomfortable to sleep.
No.
Like, I will sleep nice.
deep. And snoring in my
Is that
ear.
why, like, in the
Maybe it's
morning,
part why
like
you're
this morning,
snoring.
Like,
I think I want to talk about one last shock, and I think this is actually very important to talk. It's actually very important to talk about it. I'm sure you won't be surprised. I think there's also spiritual shock.
Okay.
the way
I know. Jesus, I know you want to hear this. Yeah, this chips, this prayer. But I think it's very important because we're talking about different. We're talking about shock when you migrate, right? I think the reason I want to talk about it is just because of the viewers. Because don't beat yourself just because you can't be as spiritual as you were back home. I think that's
Okay.
very important.
Thank you.
I know you like it. I know you like this one. And the reason why I'm saying that is not spiritual in the sense that you're thinking about it. I.e., you can still pray with God, but in terms of having to attend church like every Sunday or something, because the society.
I agree with that.
You do online. You can do
Because
online.
But that's what you said now.
You can do online.
It's so different because in Nigeria, there's so much expectation because you're serving in the church. You have to be in church every Sunday.
must be in
Guess what?
church,
The biggest shock for me is here. They would ask you, when are you available to serve?
Just now. It's not
You
by
only
force.
need to come to church
Not by
once or
force,
twice, at least not Nigerian churches, I should say. It is not to make any believer go backward. That's what
I
I'm
agree
saying.
with this.
But
I
it's just to
agree.
make
I
sure
agree.
that, look, God is not wicked and he
agree.
understands. And it's not a reason to say, okay, I don't want to go. But literally, in international churches, they literally understand your lifestyle and your almost like
that
your
it might
lifestyle
not
here. They
always
understand-
be
it's a time
easy.
when you have children.
Yeah.
So no one judges you at all.
Yeah.
So here, if you think that this is what fits in once a month or twice in a month, do it and trust that God is happy with it and God understands and that's
God
it.
remains God.
Don't blame yourself. I think that's it.
Yeah.
So that's it. I
Amazing.
wouldn't have been happy not talking about that.
Yeah. I know. We know.
Mama Jesus. Mama Jesus.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us on another episode of Brunch and Banter. Thanks to our amazing guests.
Why clapping?
Best in town.
I mean, you guys brought the energy, you brought the insights, our insights genius. You brought everything. Thank you for being so open. Thank you to my co-host and husband who ate. Did you guys see the amount of food Chimezie ate? It was a lot.
And he told me it's still very reasonable.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Please, if you enjoy watching this content, please drop the like button, subscribe, or follow depending on where you're watching.
And comments.
And
Just to
comments.
let us
Please
know
let
what you
us
think.
know what you're liking about the content. And let us know what you'd like us to talk
If you want
about.
to send food to you, let's know.
If you even want an invite to join Brunch and Banter,
Absolutely.
let us know. If you're cool, you might just be sitting here as our next guest. Thank you guys so much. Bye.